Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera,
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Again, pleasant afternoon to everyone. Welcome to our afternoon session for today's webinar. We would like to acknowledge first the training management team headed by our energetic mother of Buhangin District, Dr. Arlenor T. Abelardo, the overall training manager, our Beauty and Brain School Principal of Pilar T. Rodriguez Integrated School is no other than Ma'am Maria Ligaya R. Romero, the training manager for today's webinar, a gorgeous and a great school leader, Dr. Judy May C. Umapan. The moderator for today's webinar, Ma'am Rosemary B. Martinez of Pilar T. Rodriguez Elementary School. Okay, so for the simulators and demonstrators, we have Edgar T. Samson Jr., Sir Paulo C. Albinto, Ma'am Antoinette Verdera, Christine Angela B. Alfaro, Ma'am Nympha Torrefil,
Manuel Faustino Maquinado Jr.
And for our technical working group, we have the studio preparation chaired by Mr. Dorindo U. Jacinto,
Sir Edwin Alcoseba,
Marlon Buludo,
Sir Del C. Labuno,
Sir Florencio Gonzalez,
and Sir Carlos C. Suarez Jr.
and we have also the program preparation chaired by Maria Ligaya Romero,
And the co-chair, Ma'am Cherry P. Kanda,
the members are the following: Ma'am Emeline C. Alvareco,
Ma'am Janice Calago,
Ma'am Joanne C. Sagib,
Ma'am Mia Rose S. Capadan,
Ma'am Emily Sonny De Leon,
Ma'am Joy O. Balan,
Sir John Carlo Onso,
Sir Alvin D. Sahire,
Mr. Eric John Perolino,
Ma'am Desiree P. Jonsai,
Ma'am Gemma Canial,
Ma'am Julieta L. Ando,
Glenn Rose Batausa,
Ma'am Dinah P. Clapano,
Ma'am Susan A. Wario,
Ma'am Josephine G. Urbano,
Ma'am Ginia Z. Ginoo,
and Ma'am Rosamay S. Farsende.
and for our district ICT unit, chaired by no less than Mr. Rick Marcy Sincol,
Sir Norma Hid Mamonas,
Mr. Edgar I. Manriquez,
Sir Mike Libadesos,
Ma'am Michi Campomanes,
Ma'am Irene Mail Leones,
Ma'am Limpa Torquil,
Ma'am Lani Gopitio.
and Ma'am Dana Nice Balanza.
Okay, for the Buhangin District Music Team, headed by Sir Edgar D. Dupuzen,
Ma'am Elaine May P. Samson,
Sir Paulo C. Albito,
Ma'am Arlene Joy Anggalan.
and Sir Albert Lucas.
Okay.
Alright, so meron po tayong pa-shoutout dito from the YouTube comment section. So from Ma'am Girly Marie Osque, shout out kanina para kay Ma'am Dana Nice Balanza, good job daw. Okay, from the Facebook Live. Good afternoon to all mentors watching from District Schools Health Section Office. From Sir Raymond Pedregosa.
And from Ma'am Mimi Bilardo, watching from T. Awad Echevarria Elementary School.
Good afternoon, ma'am. And from TV Fernandez Elementary School, from Sir Mike Morales, Libadesos.
Good afternoon greetings also from Ma'am Evelyn Sumampig of Lampalapidan Elementary School.
And also from Ma'am Laarni Heldore. Hello, Ma'am Cora. Hello, friend. God bless us all.
Watching from Acacia Elementary School, keep safe everyone. God bless us all. From Amira Amor Daiti.
Okay, God bless you too, Ma'am Mira. Okay, so at this point, we will need more energy to proceed to our next session. So we will call in again the In-Demand Communal Elementary School for the Energizer for this afternoon.
Super Bowl, mama muda,
pamilya.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Comunal Elementary School. And now, our attendance link is open. It's already flashed in your screen. So go, 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 fill in the attendance for this afternoon.
Okay, so this morning, our resource speakers share their expertise in creating courses in learning management system. And this time, we will also have experts this afternoon to share to us on utilization of DepEd Commons.
At this point, it's an honor and privilege to introduce our resource speakers in this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third speaker for today. May I now call in Ma'am Nanit Bagolos, a district ICT coordinator.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am Nanette M. Bagolos of Buhangin Central Elementary School, SPED Center. I am tasked to give information on the roadmap and framework of the DepEd Commons. But before I start to talk about my topic, allow me to greet the school administrators of Buhangin District and our lovely and ever-active district supervisor, Ma'am Arlinor Abelardo. Good afternoon po. Please bear with me with this very long presentation. DepEd Commons Roadmap and Framework. As what Secretary Leonor Briones says, education must continue even in times of crisis, whether it may be calamity, disaster, emergency, quarantine, or even war. DepEd Commons Part 1 Roadmap. Rising to the challenges of time. The Department of Education, DepEd, is at a crucial junction in its history. Long used to delivering its services through face-to-face interaction in the classroom, the COVID-19 public health emergency has forced it to consider and deploy multiple learning delivery modalities in a very short period of time. The global outbreak of COVID-19 has propelled the country into lockdown as a means to enforce necessary physical distancing just a few weeks before the school year 2019-2020 ended. Suddenly, pushed to the fore not only the importance but the urgent need to accelerate DepEd's capacity to undertake distance learning in its variation, example online, TV-based, radio-based, modular, as an additional learning delivery modality. While still in its early phases of development, DepEd Commons rose to the challenge by mastering available resources in less than a month. It has reached more than 4 million users, mostly learners from public and private schools, including those under the alternative learning system. The beginning of the DepEd Commons project. DepEd Commons as an online platform to support the continuous delivery of basic education to Filipino learners. It is originally a response to the 2012 Paris OER Declaration, specifically meant to foster awareness and use of open educational resources, OERs, facilitate enabling environments for use of information and communication technology, or ICT, promote the understanding and use of open licensing frameworks, facilitate finding, retrieving, and sharing of OER, and encourage the open licensing of educational materials produced with public funds, among others. Conceptualization. It started with the upskilling and training of selected public school teachers on the positive and effective use of existing educational technologies. The goal was to empower teachers to make a meaningful impact on the delivery of instruction. The trainings focus on creating, developing, and enhancing teachers' capabilities and soft skills on the use of OERs. The initial OER practitioners and trainers were later named the OER National Core Leaders under the ICTS. In turn, they held cascade trainings workshop in the spirit of sharing the advocacy of free learning. DepEd Commons was conceived to deliver a strategic approach to connect the unconnected by using OERs. The continuous improvement on the framework and upskilling of teachers by blending traditional teaching practices with the use of latest technology brought this to life. Numerous trainings were conducted, even in the remote and geographically challenged areas, to strengthen the ICT skills of public school teachers. DepEd Commons as a response to the pandemic. The ICTS ETU was still at the stage of training teachers in the use and development of OERs when the COVID-19 pandemic broke out in early March 2020. Only 95,156 teachers have been trained at that time, or roughly 11% of the total teaching force of 847,467. Although the program was ready, it was not yet set up for large-scale implementation when the COVID-19 situation presented itself. The situation is forcing a major shift in the teaching learning process, with face-to-face instruction being limited given the risk. Yet education must continue and learning must still take place. Without delay, Undersecretary Elaine Pascua immediately directed ICTS ETU to process and start building the DepEd Commons interface, requirements, and functionalities. Expanding coverage and reach. The initial target was Metro Manila teachers and learners only, as it was just the National Capital Region, or the NCR, under community quarantine at that time. When users from other regions started to register and access DepEd Commons, targets were expanded to cover the whole country. Free use within the DepEd Commons platform. Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones approached the telecommunication companies and asked for their support to allow access to DepEd Commons to be free of charge. She also appealed to the Department of Information and Communication Technology, the ICT, and the National Telecommunication Commission, NTC, to support her request to the telecom companies to help in the delivery of basic education to children and teachers during the quarantine period. In response, Globe Telecom Incorporated and Smart Communication Incorporated immediately conducted zero rating test on DepEd Commons. On April 20, 2020, the department finally announced access to DepEd Commons was made free for Globe and Touch Mobile TM subscribers. On April 22, 2020, Smart and PLDT followed suit, making access to DepEd Commons free for Smart, Sun, and Talk and Text subscribers. Access to DepEd Commons is now free and possible even if users have no cell phone load or internet data credits. While access to DepEd Commons is free, once a user goes out of the platform, regular cell phone charges will still apply. Currently, not all content in DepEd Commons are within the platform. Some are still external links that would take one outside the platform, an action that would incur load charges. OUA ICTS is now finding ways of migrating all this content from their current external sources to in the DepEd Commons platform to make their access totally free. The role of learning materials, OERs, in DepEd Commons. The DepEd Commons has three components: the platform, the content, and the curators. Simple analogy compares the platform as the house that will keep all the furniture or the content in one place, in time for the curator or the people who will select and use it. The DepEd Commons is always a work in progress. It is still in beta version, but soon it will establish its version 1 with increasing flexibility to address the improvements of the curator will require as time goes by. After all, once someone lives and uses a house, it is continuously improved and other furnitures are added to make it better. The department will continue to invest in improving the use, creation, reuse, remix, and distribution of OER and other courseware components for use by its beneficiaries. It is modular in nature, so adding components, modules, or service will not affect its major foundation. It will be cost-efficient and reliable at all times. Way forward collaboration in the new normal. For the coming school year 2020-2021, DepEd Commons is envisioned to be populated with learning materials that will be authored by DepEd teachers themselves, containing weekly lessons for each grade level and subject area to ensure that learning will continue even face-to-face classes are reduced or suspended to mitigate the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Quality-assured self-learning modules or SLM for different learning modalities for all learners from kinder to senior high school shall be converted to inclusive and interactive ebooks and uploaded to the DepEd Commons. These will be the modules that will be used for blended learning, distance learning, homeschooling, and apprenticeship, either top or in place of the traditional face-to-face learning modality. As such, the ICTS ETU, in close coordination with curriculum and instruction, strands and offices, will collate all available existing materials that can be uploaded to DepEd Commons and also develop materials that can be uploaded before the opening of the classes. In accordance with evaluation under the OER criteria, these materials must address the K-12 curriculum requirements for school year 2020-2021 from the first grading to the fourth grading period in whatever modality teaching and learning will be undertaken. Building a partnership alliance. The production and availability of learning resources is one big part of providing instructional support to teachers and learners. In every institution, the supplemental learning tools is an uncompromisable avenue to make teaching and learning effective. call for other available free materials. The OUA-ICTS will be calling for the submission of available free materials from all possible sources in the country and even internationally. These materials can be provided to DepEd Commons for free from the private sectors, from corporations, from international organizations, from possible partners, and from education stakeholders. These materials may serve as reference materials and as supplementary materials to help teachers, parents, and learners. DepEd Commons accessibility. To date, 1,042,575 computer devices are distributed across 44,155 public schools, or about 93% of the total number of public schools. 99,548 of these devices are laptops. 308,150 are tablet PCs, and the rest are desktops, standalones, and thin clients. For fiscal year 2020, DepEd will be purchasing 36,676 multimedia packages, laptops, televisions, lapel microphones, and speakers. This is in addition to the 54,350 laptops, 2,350 televisions, and 167,500 tablet species procured last year that are scheduled to be delivered this year. By the end of fiscal year 2020, 475,650 tablets, PCs, and 634,877 desktop thin clients will be available for use by 21.4 million students, or about 94% of the 22,746,851 public school students, while 190,574 laptops will be available for use by teachers, 22% of the total DepEd teaching force. OUA-ICTS is contemplating the home use of these laptops and tablet PCs should face-to-face class interaction becomes impossible. This present situation of schools, teachers, and society's equipment and connectivity strengthen the need to make DepEd Commons work and be the department's online platform. The COVID-19 crisis has clearly illustrated the need for a work online platform where basic education can be delivered via various devices through the internet to the homes of teachers, learners, and parents. The high-risk severity grading of metropolis cities and urban centers to COVID-19 all the more necessitates the accessibility to DepEd Commons. DepEd Commons Connectivity Project. The sustainability of these innovations under the Digital Rise program shall include the entire learning ecosystem, most especially in the geographically isolated areas in the country. The last mile school must benefit from this equal access to technology and bridge the digital gap to provide an inclusive basic education for all. Connecting the remaining unconnected schools to empower the community to blend with current offerings, technology, information, and awareness. This is one of the primary objectives of the Digital Rise program, to connect all schools and offices and establish the public education network, or PEN. The department will define and undertake a certification process of teachers as users, trainers, and creators of OERs for DepEd Commons. The DepEd Digital Rise Certified Educator. This certification is granted to teachers, administrators, school heads, and educational technology enthusiasts who have been trained in the use of OERs and completed 3 stages of the OER training program: basic, advanced, and proficiency. They have served as lead trainers or facilitators in school, division, and or regional trainings on OER and have trained at least 3 teachers. DepEd Digital Rights Certified Champion. This certification is awarded to certified educators who have conducted a classroom-based research on the effective use and practices of OER in the teaching-learning process, conducted orientation about OER, trained at least 300 teachers in the use of OER, and completed the last 2 stages of the OER training program, Novice and Transformation. The last one is a DepEd Digital Rights Certified Transformer. This certification is awarded to certified champions who have created an OER instructional tool or material which is considered a nationwide rich source content, served as a lead trainer in a school, division, or regional training on OER, and presented or invited as a resource speaker to talk about the DepEd Digital Rights Program in a national and or international conference. Institutionalizing the Educational Technology Organization. The Educational Technology Unit or ETU under ICTS must be institutionalized as a full-blown regular division. The Educational Technology Division, ETD, the same office must be created and institutionalized as at the regional and division offices in order to field offices to be active participants and digitizing basic education. Educational Technology Specialists, ETS, from among those trained, those implementing and practicing, and those serving as trainers on OERs may be designated and detailed to said offices pending the creation of regular items for these new offices. Each school will be encouraged to designate their own ETS in order cascade the undertaking of the school and classroom. Integrating multiple application and system to the DepEd Commons. So these are the applications which is connected to the DepEd Commons. The first one is the LMS, which is the Learning Management System. While the DepEd Commons will contain all necessary learning materials for teachers and learners, the Learning Management System or LMS supports the online distance learning modalities of classroom instruction to enable teachers to blend and prepare custom-made or readily designed courses to support the teaching learning process. Materials in the DepEd Commons be linked to courses in the LMS. Another application is the CMS. This is the Classroom Management System. This is to protect learners and teachers from cyber threats, phishing, pornography, and other forms of cyber attacks. DepEd will ensure that learning continuity will not be hampered when using the internet and other technological tools. The Classroom Management System, CMS, is a powerful software that can blend with the DepEd Commons and other online web tools to run in online, offline, or free access modalities within the school and can ensure the ecosystem of learning within the bounds of classroom or school to be self-directed, secured, and run remotely. The last one is the LIS, Learners Information System. Currently, the Learner Information System is an application that maintains the database for the Unique Learner Reference Number, LRN, which also records the basic profile of each learner, such as school and grade level. The LIS will be enhanced to cover additional information such as permanent records, academic performance, health status, athletic record, and socioeconomic background. Learners, parents, and teachers may now have access to a learner's information anytime and wherever. Being able to integrate DepEd Commons to LIS 2020 will enable the department to produce reports and insights on statistics and learning outcomes. Towards a working DepEd Commons. The reality, however, is that DepEd Commons is not accessible to all teachers and learners. There are many schools that still do not have sufficient number of digital devices and do not have access to fast and reliable internet connection. But we cannot wait for conditions to be ideal, nor do we need to build the infrastructure first and worry about application and content later. Infrastructure development and application and content development spur the growth of each other. It is only by addressing these issues simultaneously will we realize the ideal sooner than later. There is also a need to emphasize the importance of the intrapersonal transformation that will enable us to create the transformed world as aspired for in Agenda 2030. We also present this document for further scrutiny and improvement to benefit everyone. Perhaps, paradoxically, in striving for a roadmap that will help craft the framework with sustainable goals, we can conclude that this can only be achieved through personal transformation via a shift in consciousness at the individual level to be effective contributors to the DepEd Commons ecosystem. Part 2, the framework of DepEd Commons. Purpose. The DepEd Commons is envisioned to be a constantly evolving portal that provides students and teachers access to free and quality learning resources in a sustainable manner. The ultimate goal is to have teachers and learners actively creating original content and improvising this for the Commons. It seeks to address the question of how teachers, learners, and his government agency can become proactive users and contributors to the growth of local and eventually to the global OER movement. As such, they too are envisioned to directly participate in the sustainability of the DepEd Commons, its principles and objectives consistent with the DepEd values and mandate. Open educational resources, OERs, are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no-cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restriction. The development of OERs is a growing global movement that seeks to address the digital divide while maximizing the potential of the digital environment to contribute to accessible, equitable, and quality education. While DepEd's effort may initially focus on developing materials to meet local needs in time, DepEd shall see itself participating in the global OER movements, one way of actualizing its participation in the global arena. The DepEd Commons and Open Educational Resources conceived to deliver a strategic approach to connect the unconnected by using OERs. The DepEd Commons operates on the following principles. 1. Access. design and discover learning materials for their needed topics and interests. Number 2, collaboration and sharing. Mentors, teachers are in a collaborative venue to share best practices geared to prepare learners and hone their skills to become better citizens towards nation building. Number 3, continuous development or improvement. It is a platform where education officials and stakeholders can derive insights and report on the efficacy of the portal in order to continuously enhance it. The DepEd Commons stakeholders and ecosystem. The DepEd Commons stakeholders are student learners, teacher mentors, education officials, parents, education service providers, civil service organization, international education agencies, and other committed to quality and relevant basic education for all Filipinos. They all make up the DepEd Commons ecosystem. The DepEd Commons stakeholders are students, learners, teachers, mentors, education, official, parents, and education service providers. These stakeholders shall commit to relevant practices that demonstrate their responsibilities to the DepEd Commons and to the broader OER movement. Contribute. DepEd Commons stakeholders to actively contribute to the efforts in advancing awareness, improving and sustaining the platform, and enriching the OERs. Number 2, open. Open themselves to ask questions. Number 3, motivate. Be motivated by the values, ethics, and principles of sharings, collaboration, accountability, and continuous growth that DepEd Commons espouses. Maximize. Maximize the potential of the DepEd Commons, the programs and trainings that will be provided to acquire the skills to be digitally competent and confidently contribute to the ecosystem. Number 4, own. When someone owns something, they take care of it. They value and nurture it. And then another move is to navigate. Navigate each one's role in each one's way in the DepEd Commons ecosystem to plan, devise, and act accordingly to the learning goals and desired learning outcomes for the learners. Number 6 is to support. Support the DepEd Commons in any way possible, big or small. This way, all efforts will, when combined, will create a huge impact in each one's lives of the learners. Be part of a support system that invokes honesty, trust, empathy, and ability to connect and help others. Enhancing the portal, IT system, and its roadmap. The DepEd Commons is not only a repository, it is sustainable by design and will also serve as a mechanism to acquire and enhance teacher competencies in developing learning resources that will lead to enjoyable and meaningful learning experiences for learners. For the students, it is a catalyst to transformation and adapt digital learning guided by a community of teachers all over Archipelago. DepEd Commons is a robust and a reliable repository. Repository of learning resources for both teachers and learners. Curated materials that can be reused, remixed, and redistributed by teachers. It also has existing materials. 4 donated materials from DepEd Commons Partnership Alliance that are free to use. DepEd Commons as a discussion board. It discusses can discuss technical discussion forum. Number 2, policy discussion and vetting. Course content design and facilitation of group and activities. Guidelines and strategies. DepEd Commons serves also as teacher's portal. Number 1, access and download. You can access and download anything in the DepEd Commons. Teaching and learning plan. Checklist of resources. History monitoring of activities. Monitoring results of learners' learning outcomes. It also serves as students' portal and parents and guardians' portal. Again, you can access and download anything in the DepEd Commons. Also have learning plan, rate learning resources. You can also have students' performance. Collaboration portal. Serves as collaboration portal. Train and certified teachers who can curate, create, reuse, remix OERs. Co-teachers are able to contribute to the learning material being developed. Facility for legal strands and ethics team to approve that no copyright was violated. Facility for the curriculum strand to determine the applicability of the resource. The existing DepEd Commons platform will gather data points that can integrate to an analytics system that will provide insight for the improvement on 1. Skills, learning outcomes, activities, cohort and analysis, performance and progress, locational, divisional, regional movements, resources and facilities, comparatives, needs analysis. Curating materials, seminars on how to curate existing OERs. Number 2, searching for, reusing, designing, and disseminating OER. Selecting materials from existing OER repositories that are aligned with the DepEd curriculum. Initially held science and math subjects for grades 1, 2, 3. The proposed OER capacity building session must include 4 fundamental skills. Number 1 is searching, 2, reusing, 3, designing, and 4, disseminating OER in a coherent approach, integrating educational and technological dimensions. Mastering such skills can enable contribution and participation in the innovation and improvement of the quality and equity of education. Thus, working together towards a dynamic DepEd Commons ecosystem with global reach rooted in local realities, needs, culture, and social perspective. So that is all for the framework of DepEd Commons. So
De
that
Luna,
Present!
Herrera,
Present!
Valera.
Present!
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present!
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Thank you, Ma'am Nanette Bagulos, for the presentation. And now, for our fourth speaker. She is the ICT Coordinator of Buhangin Central Elementary School SPED Center. Please help me welcome Ma'am Marieta San Pascual.
Central Elementary School's Med Center, and I am tasked to discuss about DepEd Commons. How to access DepEd Commons and start using available online educational resources. The first thing that we will do is open an internet browser. Okay, let's open an internet browser, which is Google Chrome. And on the address bar, type in the DepEd Commons URL, www.commons.deped.go.ph. Let's press enter. We will be prompted with this logo. Okay, the next thing we will do is to select school. The choices are public and private. We choose public, and since I am from Buhangin Central Elementary School, I will type 129506, which is our school ID. Kindly check the correct spelling and location of the school. It is advisable that you search the complete name of the school to avoid mistakes. Okay, we are from Buhangin CS Sped Center. I'll press that one. Then the next choice are students and teacher. A student and teacher. Then I am a teacher. I'll press teacher. Then I will type in my name, Marietta M. San Pascual. Then since I am a teacher, I am required, or my email address is required. Marietta.sanpascual@deped.go.ph. Then let's press save. Okay. A part of the following should not be contained symbol. I think it is the DepEd, it is comma, .gov.ph. Okay. We will be prompted with the grade levels. Okay. In this area, the grade levels or the materials for each grade levels are presented. We have 43 for the kindergarten, 46 for the grade 1, and so on and so forth. We also have this spotlight. Ang spotlight ay may features na materials mula sa partners ng DepEd. We also have ALS. Okay. Let's try. At the bottom of the page or the screen, we can find the main menu, home, then we also have user guide, feedback, login, and other links. We have DepEd Commons roadmap, which Ma'am Bagolos discussed earlier, DepEd Commons framework, Globe e-library, MELC, and the Office of the Undersecretary for Administration memo. Okay, let's check the materials or what is inside this DepEd Commons. Let's try for kindergarten. For kindergarten. Okay. These are the available materials. We have titik M, A at S, meron ding titik I, O at E, titik B, U at T, at iba pa. Then let's try the first in line, which is the titik M, A at S. This will prompt us dito. Ito ang laman. Pag pinindot natin yung kindergarten level. Makikita mo dito, meron tayong lesson week 31 to 40, Google Drive. Makikita ang contributors. Dito sa lesson week 31 to 40, ang contributors ay sina Miss Jenrick A. Pereda, Miss Vercel S. Gabriel, Miss Glowelyn M. Imoto, Miss Rosalie I. Alcantara, and Miss Beverly D. Solomon. Merong nakalagay ditong go to link. Ito siya ay Google Drive link. Ibig sabihin, pag pinindot natin to, go to link, iahatid tayo sa Google Drive na pagmamayari ng mga contributors. Dito sa kabila, meron tayong online games. At ang gumawa naman, ang mga contributor, is ang Department of Education, Bureau of Learning Resources. Pag pinindot natin to, dadalhin din tayo doon sa link kung saan iahatid tayo doon sa laro pag pinindot natin ito. At same pa rin, online game, online game, online game, online game, ito, memory game, iba naman ito na game. Online game, okay, same. Sa kindergarten level, ito yung mga makikita. Okay, tingnan natin. Sabi ko kanina, nahahatid tayo sa Google Drive. Go to link. Pag pinindot mo itong go to link, may magpo-prompt na message. Ito yung message niya. You're about to visit a page outside the Fed Commons, which might incur standard data charges. Click to proceed. Your free access of the DepEd Commons portal is brought to you by DepEd and Global or Smart in cooperation with the ICT and NTC. Okay, press OK. Ibig sabihin, pag naka-Wi-Fi ka, makakapunta ka doon na link. Okay, natin ulit. Okay. Pag wala kang data, or hindi ka naka-Wi-Fi, hindi ka makakapunta dito sa drive na to. Kasi, ang Google Drive is outside na ng DepEd Commons. Since naka-Wi-Fi tayo, napasok natin ang link na to. Okay. We have week 31 hanggang week 40. It is available para sa ating kindergarten teachers. Pili tayo, kunwari, itong week 31. Pindutin natin. Then, nakikita natin ang file. Okay, loading siya. Depende sa lakas ng internet connection natin. As, ito, week 31. Since alam na natin, or marami nang nakakaalam paano i-download ito, try natin. Naglo-load pa siya. Ito ang week 31 module ng kindergarten teachers or kindergarten pupils as well. Ito ang nilalaman niya. Okay, let's wait. Yan. Yan ang laman ng kanilang week 31. Okay, kung gusto natin i-download, dito sa right side, nakalagay dito, shortcut, gagawa pa tayo ng shortcut to drive. I-print pa natin yung module or i-download. Ang gagawin natin ngayon is i-download natin yung material. Yan, scanning for viruses. Okay, tayin muna natin. Nagda-download na siya. While waiting. Pag binuksan natin to, ibig sabihin na kahit wala na tayong internet, naka-download na siya sa ating computer, magagamit na natin siya later. Or pwede na natin siyang magamit dun sa LMS. Okay? I-X na natin to. Click tayo doon sa DepEd Commons. Try naman natin itong online game. Anong kaibahan nila doon sa Google Drive? Okay? Meron pa rin siyang nakalagay. Go to link. Parehas na prompt. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mong may load. Or kailangan mong meron kang internet connection. Okay? Let's try again. Go to link. Okay. Sa link na ito, we will be prompted tatlong category or tatlong mga activities. Meron tayo ditong play quiz. Ito. Meron ding flashcards. At meron ding challenge friends. Sa play quiz, subukan natin. Pasok natin, pindutin lang natin to. Play quiz. Maglalaro tayo. Okay.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
I-click ko, mani. Mani ka. Then, sasabihin ko. Correct? Dito nakatagay kung pang ilang tanong ngayon. Ano yung rank ko?
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Mais, manika, sabi. Okay, begin first tayo.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Mais. Okay, first na naman tayo.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Sabi. Pang-apat na tanong na yon.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
And just money. Ito ang panlimang tanong. Ang huling tanong. Okay. Then, papakita niya yung rank natin sa mga lahat ng naglaro. Okay, merong 21 naglaro at ikaw yung rank 1. Okay, pwedeng play again or find new quiz. Okay, babalik tayo doon. Ibig sabihin, lalaro na natin to. Subukan na naman natin. Same pa rin na link. Go to link. Same prompt. Okay. Let's wait. Kung ano yung nakita natin kanina, yun pa rin. Play quiz, flashcard, at challenge friend. Kung dito sa play quiz, may mga tanong kailangan mong sagutin. Sa flashcards naman, parang tulad ng flashcards na pinapakita or ginagawa natin sa school or sa classroom. Na natin, ito ay isang halimbawa na ito siyang flashcard. Pag pinindot natin itong start, maglalabas siya ng tanong. Okay? Pwede mo i-play ito para marinig ng bata or ang bata mismo.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Okay, flip natin to, click. Then, ibig sabihin, pag nalaman ng bata na ito ay manika, ito din ay mais, pwede niyang pindutin ang got it. Pero pag hindi niya alam kung ano to, pipindutin niya yung needs review. Yan, got it. Yan. Ibig sabihin, tumama ka doon. Kung ayaw niya nang pindutin ito, pwede niya diretsong pindutin yung flip. Pag pinindot natin itong needs review, ibig sabihin, hindi nakuha ng tama ng bata. Okay? Yan na naman. Manika, mani. Got it. Okay? Natin. Medyas, mansanas. Got it. Okay? Mani, mansanas, medyas. Got it. Okay, makikita na 4 lang yung tamang sagot na nagawa ng bata or nagawa natin. Pwedeng review again or review incorrect question. O pwede ding bangko. Pero sa atin, pwede nating pindutin yung X button. Yan. Balik tayo rito. Subukan na naman natin yung ating game. Magpapadap, pindutin natin tong go link. Same prompt pa rin. Gagawin natin, ito kakailanganin nyo na ang inyong messenger. Magpapadala tayo ng link sa kaibigan natin o sa gusto nating pakalaban. Okay, enter your name. Sa case ko, lalagay ko Marieta. Marieta. Okay, start game. Since wala pa akong kalaban, itong share a direct link, pipindutin ko to. Nakopy ko ng link. Dagdag ako ng tab. Ako sa Facebook. And then, punta ako sa Messenger. Okay? Pindutin natin to. See all in Messenger. Kasi kailangan nilang makopy or mapindot yung link para malaro. Or ng mga kaibigan mo. Okay. Or, I'll try. One of my friend here. Okay. Dito, ilalagay ko ang link. Press ko, link, paste. Okay, send ko yung link. Send ko yung link sa kanya. Okay. Pwede lagyan ko, let us play. Let's play. Or let's play. Pag pinindot niya na yung link, ibig sabihin, may makakalaro na ako. Okay. Since hindi pa, ipindutin ko doon, join my quiz.com. Okay? Or pwede balik ako doon. Hindi pa napipindot ng aking friend. O, ayan. Yan na. Ibig sabihin, pwede na tayo magsimulang maglaro. Start. Tingnan natin kung sino maging mas malaki ang score.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Kahit hindi pa tapos yung instruction, pag alam na ng bata, pwede niya pa rin paunahan yung instruction or pwede makinig siya sa instruction. Since game ito,
I-click
paunahan.
ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Okay? Ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung score ko.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa letrang M.
Okay? Mas malaki pa rin yung score ko.
I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa I-click ang mga larawang nagsisimula sa
Okay? All done. Ibig sabihin, hihintayin muna natin matapos yung ating katunggalin. Okay. Tapos na tayo sa 5 tanong. Hanapin ko ang ating katunggali. Okay. Unang tanong, tapos na siya. Dito makikita kung sino mas malaki o sinong mananalo. Ito ay posibleng gawin ng mga bata o kahit na doon sa inyong klase. Kung ang bata ay may load, pwede niyang gawin ito. Who won? Then, Marietta first. Okay. Thank you doon sa yan, extra natin yung messenger. Balik tayo dito. Go to link. Dito sa go to link yan nakalagay sa online games. Meron tayong tatlo kanina. Meron tayong yung quiz, yung flashcards, at saka yung challenge friends. Ito yung kailangan talaga nila ng load. Pero pag wala kang load, hindi ka makakapaglaro nito. Dito sa kindergarten, since wala silang nai-offer na pwede mong i-download na wala kang load. Balik tayo doon sa ibang grade level. Ipindutin natin ng home dito sa left side. Subukan natin pumunta sa grade 6. Okay, grade 6. Ito ang mga available resources o available materials. Meron tayong isa sa English, meron tayong 5 sa mathematics, isa sa Pilipino, araling panlipunan 3, MAPE isa, ESP isa, ELE meron tayong 16, meron tayong teacher's guide, educational videos 15. Okay, subukan natin sa mathematics. Sa Sa mathematics, online game pa rin. Online game. Executable flash file, online game. Tsaka meron tayong PowerPoint. Etong PowerPoint, ito may nakalagay download file. Download file. Kung wala kang internet at nakapasok ka dito sa DepEd Commons, kung wala kang load or Wi-Fi or internet connection at napasok mo tong DepEd Commons, ito ang mga posible mong makuha rito. Yung may nakalagay na download file. Download file. Try natin i-download itong PowerPoint na ginawa ni Miss Emily A. Marcelo. Downloading. Try natin. Depende pa rin. Yan. Sa galing ng laptop mo. Kung paano kabilis mag-download. Minsan pag mabagal, nabibigatan na yung laptop. Okay, let's open it. Okay. PowerPoint presentation. It's loading. Maraming available materials dito sa DepEd Commons. Ibig sabihin, kung ano ma-download natin dito, pwede natin magamit sa ating LMS. So, kung ano mga pwedeng magamit dito, available ito. Kasi ginawa ito lahat para at least yung LMS malagyan natin. Kasi yung LMS kailangan LR approved. Itong mga nasa DepEd Commons, LR approved ito. Okay? Let's check. Ito ay galing sa Pombo Elementary School. Describing the meaning of probabilities such as 50% chance of rain and 1 in a million chance of winning. Yan. Yan yung na-download natin. Grade 6 Mathematics. Okay? Exit tayo. X natin yung ating na-download. Yun. Executable flash files. Bukan din natin to. Downloading. Ibig sabihin, yung bang palakihan. Okay. Open when done. While waiting, navigate tayo sa ibang grade level. Home. Pag nag-open tayo ng DepEd Commons, gaya ng ibang mga site, pwede, mas matututo tayo pag palagi nating pinupuntahan. Dahil malapit na yung klase, or August 24 na, pwede pa tayo maghanap dito ng mga materials. Pwede din dito may nakalagay. Dito sa dulo, meron siyang, ito, subukan natin yung spotlight. Ano nasa spotlight. Habang hinihintay yung pagda-download natin ito. Okay. Spotlight. Okay. Sa spotlight may nakalagay, cyber safety. May tatlong materials. Number of vendor, about sa COVID-19, earthquake preparedness, rainbow preparedness, at marami pang iba. Okay, let's check this number vendor. Ano ibig sabihin ito number vendor? Okay, YouTube playlist. Okay, link pa rin. Meron ding download. Pero kahit na YouTube playlist siya, Filipino, meron siyang download file. Ibig sabihin, yung mga nandito ay yung mga nilagay na or contributor na si Peter Esperanza LD ay binigay niya sa DepEd Commons yung kanyang file. Yan, kaya download file kahit na YouTube playlist siya. Kasi downloadable siya. Hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa link pumunta sa YouTube para malaman kung ano naman. Kasi kahit na wala kang load, pwede pa rin kasi downloadable file ang nakalagay. Okay, open na, prompt na tayo nun ating dinownload. Okay, Adobe Flash Player na natin, 94%. Kahit anong bagay, mas mapapadali pag lagi natin tinatry. bago man sa atin. Pero pag pinasok natin, para matulungan ng bata, matulungan ng iba, matulungan ng kapwa, mas matututo tayo. Reloading 94. Minimize this one first. Punta tayo sa home. Then, habang hinihintay yun, dito sa baba, may nakalagay na main menu. Yung home, pag pinindot natin yung home, babalik pa rin tayo dito sa grade level. Ito, pag pinindot natin yung user guide, i-explain kung paano gamitin yung DepEd Commons. Ito, feedback, kung mga nakalagay na feedback tungkol sa DepEd Commons. Login, pagpapasok tayo, gagawa tayo account. Tapos, other links, DepEd Commons Roadmap, at saka DepEd Commons Framework na diniscuss kanina ni Mang Babolos. Ito, Globe, e-Library, MILK, at saka itong Office of the Undersecretary for Administration, memo. Open natin itong MILK. Okay. Most essential learning competencies, meron din dito. Meron siya sa page of, tsaka MILK guidelines. Open muna natin yung MILK guidelines. Matatagpuan ito lahat sa common. Okay. Ayan yung guidelines niya. Pwede kayong pag pumunta kayo doon, kayo na magbasa kasi hanggang page 37 siya. Okay. Meron siya sa quarter 1. Okay. Basa lang tayo dito ha, guide. Guide for teachers in use of MILKs. Halimbawa sa kinder. The MILKs identified in kindergarten may be taught repeatedly to help the learner acquire the necessary knowledge, skills, and values. The teacher may unpack the MILKs into more specific learning competency or objective using the kindergarten curriculum guide. The teacher may add more sub-competencies depending on the need of the learner as time allows. Yan yung pinapakita. Okay, X natin to. Then X. Then, let's go again to MILK. Then, pag dito isa, MILK guidelines ito naman K-12 MILK with GC codes. Ayan. Ito yung MILK natin. Tingnan natin kung kompleto na ba lahat siya. Dito natin makukuha yung ating lesson for 2020, school year 2020-2021. Okay. Meron nang nakalagay na curriculum guide or curriculum guide codes. Okay. Pag-load is depende pa rin sa lakas ng internet connection. Or pag buka natin mamaya, ipapakita natin mamaya na gamit ang cellphone or mobile data kung paano papasukin ng DepEd Commons kahit wala tayong load. Habang hinihintay ito, try natin ulit balikan ito. Which is loading pa rin, yung before, which is a flash drive. Okay. Wait na. Make sure na meron na tayong copy ng MILK bago pa mag-start yung ating klase. Para alam natin kung ano mga dapat natin i-prepare. Maraming na-anxious, hindi alam gagawin, pero at least kung meron tayong MILK, alam natin kung ano yung mga lesson na dapat natin i-prepare. Okay, ito ang tsura ng ating MILK with corresponding curriculum guide codes. Yan. Meron tayo sa ASP, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, English, Mathematics, yan, table of contents, sa arts, sa health, music B, mother tongue. Yan. Yan ang itsura ng ating MILK. Sa K-12. For kindergarten, lang. Load pa siya. Okay, let's wait. Hinihintay natin. Yun. Hanggang 723 pages siya. Ito sa grade level kindergarten. para pa rin yung ating curriculum guide, pero mas pinaliit na lang kasi mas konti yung kanyang competency na ituturo natin this school year. Yan. Meron din content standard, performance standards, most essential learning competencies, ito yung duration, at saka yung code. Saan natin makikita, gagamit pa rin tayo ng ating curriculum guide. Pero binigay na nila yung code, saan natin makikita yun. Hanggang lahat ng subjects ay nandito. Okay? Pwede din natin i-download para meron na tayong milk. Okay, let's balik tayo doon sa DepEd Commons. Etong Office of the Undersecretary for Administration memo, dito nakalagay yung mga memo na nilabas nila tungkol sa DepEd Commons. Okay. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano itong Globing Library or other links. Next time, i-receive natin. Then, yun lang. Yun pa muna. Then, let's try. Extra natin to. Punta tayo doon sa pagpasok sa DepEd Commons gamit yung cellphone. Okay. Nag-record ako kanina kung paano papasok sa DepEd Commons using cellphone na walang load. Okay. So, okay. Ito yung na-record ko kanina. Open natin. Ayan. Okay. Yan yung cellphone. Okay. Check ko. Pindutin natin yung smart no. Papakita ko na walang laman or walang load kung gagamitin natin cellphone. Okay. Body balance. Natin. View. Makikita na 0 o load balance 0. Ibig sabihin, walang load ang ating ginagamit na cellphone. Punta tayo sa internet browser. Okay? Google Chrome.
Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera.
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera.
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Okay, so we're waiting for some technical problem. So let us now hear some shout outs from our dearest teachers. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now from Maria Nirpas Rosel. Good afternoon po. Shout out to my co-teachers in Buhangin Central Elementary School, SPED Center, Paulo, Elaine, and Sir Edgar. Good vibes.
Okay, from Ma'am Jadina. Good afternoon to the two beautiful hosts and clips around the universe of Buhangin District, watching here from San Isidro Elementary School.
Hello, Ma'am Ja. Good afternoon. Okay, so from Maria Dina Lim, it is always a challenging task to try something new, and not everyone embraces it well, but you guys just rock. Thank you for all the sleepless nights and efforts to enhance our skills on the LMS. Thank you so much,
Loading
Ma'am
pa rin.
Maria Dina Lim.
Use the flash drive.
And from Sir Wilfred
Halimbawa,
Aquino, kinahanglan maminaw jud ta kay maulahi ka sa kabakuhan sa DepEd para sa bayan,
Ramdam mo,
laban lang sa signal. Syudad mamunta dire nga side. Go Buhangin District Educators.
Go! Go, Buhangin teachers, Buhangin district educators. Okay, so
At this point of time, we're going to entertain a question from Ma'am Adelina Lucerito of Comunal Elementary School.
yes,
How DepEd Commons differ from LRMDS?
that's right.
Yes. So, ma'am, your question was answered comprehensively by our participant, Sir Gudo Pilinio of San Isidro Elementary School. LRMDS is designed to support the distribution and access to learning, while DepEd Commons refers to the online platform to support distance learning modalities. Thank you so much, Sir Budo, for helping us out in answering the question of Mama Deb. We hope that we have answered already your queries. Thank you, and we have also here.
Okay, so if teachers, if you have any questions regarding with our training this afternoon, feel free to ask or send your questions through our Padlet link. Okay, so while waiting for the technical problems, is it okay now, sir? Wow, that's great. Okay, so that's great. Thank you so much for our expert um, ICT team.
Lakas ng signal mo. Sa akin dito, nakalagay high. Pero ganyan pa rin yung loading niya. Pero pag yung signal na area na nandoon ka, medyo mas matagal mag-load. And pipili tayo. And then, tulad ang nakita natin kanina, hindi tayo ng grade 6. Subukan natin grade 6. Yan. Naglo-load na. Ibig sabihin, makakapasok tayo kahit walang load. Ang tanong ngayon, kung kaya nating magawa yung ginagawa natin kanina, okay. Pasok na tayo sa grade 6. Pindot natin yung math. Yan, hindi tayo nakapasok. Back tayo. Pindutin natin ulit. Yan. Nag-load pa. Okay. Kailangan talaga habaan ng pasensya. Turuan ng mga bata na pag kung gagamit sila ng DepEd Commons at hindi internet connection yung gamit nila, medyo habaan ng pasensya. Natin, hintay pa rin natin while waiting. Yan. Tingnan natin kung ano susunod na mangyayari. Okay. Hintay tayo na mag-load. Yan. Minsan tayo teacher, sanay na tayo pag ganito. Yan na. Ano tayong online game? Diyan pa rin. Online game. Yung, kanina yung tinignan natin yung flash drive. Ayan yung PowerPoint na dinownload natin kanina. Ayan. Nakalagay pa rin yung contributor. Yan. Subukan natin na i-download din dito. Yung dinownload natin kanina sa computer, sa laptop, na-download din natin yan sa cellphone. Tingnan natin kung kayang makapag-download kahit walang load ang ating cellphone. Tingnan natin. Loading. Depende sa area pa rin. Siyempre, kung mas high-tech yung inyong cellphone, kung mabilis yung mga processor niya, mas mabilis din siguro. Yan. Hindi pa nakikita. Hindi pa nagpo-prompt kung nagda-download ba o hindi. Okay, pindutin natin yung screen. Back tayo. Subukan natin ulit. File download. Yan. Siguraduhin mapindot natin na maayos. Kasi minsan naglalag, pwede tayo nating iba. Parang equivalent ng refresh. Ayan, nag-prompt na. Downloading. Ibig sabihin kahit wala tayong load, makakapag-download tayo ng data. Pag walang load ang bata, makakapag-download ng data as long as Android na cellphone yung gamit niya. Ayan. Wala pa tayo sa kalahati. Hintayin natin. Siya. Downloading pa rin. Pwede din pag nag-download ka, pwede kang nag-navigate sa ibang area. Kasi pag pag-downloading na yan, ibig sabihin, magpo-prompt din yan pag natapos na or na-download mo na lahat. Pero tinitingnan natin, hinintay natin kanina habang nagda-download. Check natin. Wala pa rin sa kalahati. Medyo mabagal ang pag-download niya. Punta tayo, navigate tayo sa ibang area. At least nasagot na yung tanong na makakapag-download tayo. Habang hihintay natin yung dina-download natin, navigate tayo sa ibang areas. Okay. Back tayo. Patience is a virtue talaga. Ayan, na-download na natin yung probability natin sa math. Then open natin. Ayan, si cellphone, may WPS Office, nakikita natin yung ating PowerPoint na download. Ayan. Okay, describing the meaning of probability. Yan yung kanina yung tinignan din natin, yung dinownload natin kanina sa laptop. Pwede rin natin ma-download sa cellphone. Okay, check na yon. Ibig sabihin, makaka-download tayo kahit walang load. Okay. Titingnan na naman natin mamaya kung kaya rin bang gawin yung game natin kanina, yung flashcards, at yung kaya rin bang i-challenge yung friend natin kahit wala tayong load. Okay. Grade 6 pa rin. Try natin. Wait natin. Okay. Ayun. Math pa rin. Buka natin. Ayan, load natin siya. Pa rin. Wait natin. Ayan na. Yun pa rin yung nakikita natin kanina. Try natin yung online game. Ayan ha, subukan natin yung online game. Ayan, yun yung mga nakalagay pa rin kanina, pinapakita. Okay, PowerPoint, yun yung pinindot natin kanina. Yan, may online game. Pinindot natin yung online game. Yung prompt kanina nakalagay kanina sa laptop, yun pa rin yung prompt dito. Sabi, kailangan ng standard data charges. Since hindi tayo naka-Wi-Fi, wala tayong load, ibig sabihin, kailangan ng data charges, ibig sabihin, kailangan ng load. Kaya kahit pa ulit-ulit kong pindutin yan, walang lalabas. Kasi ibig sabihin, pag pumunta ka na sa ibang link, kailanganin or outside DepEd Commons, kakailanganin mo ng load or ng internet connection. Kaya ang posibleng magamit lang, pag ginamit natin yung mobile data natin, free mobile data natin, is yung mga downloadables. Pero pag pumunta na tayo sa Drive or ibang link, kakailanganin natin ng load. Okay, yan yung kaibahan. Forward natin to. Try. Pagkatapos ng video na to, tinry ko na hintayin, wala talagang nangyari, hindi talaga nag-push through. Kasi ibig sabihin, hindi ka talaga makakapasok sa ibang link kung wala kang load. Ayan, sinubukan ko na ulit. Try. Okay, hanggang dito lang talaga siya. Okay, forward natin. menu. At sa menu, meron pa rin tayong home, user guide, feedback yung login, tsaka yung mga unang load pag pumunta ka na analytics. Pero, kung magda-download ka ng mga na-uploads na doon ng mga materials, pwede kahit wala kang load. Kahit walang loads ang mga bata, pwede silang maka-download ng materials. Pag in-assign natin sila na magda-download sila doon. Okay? Nang salamat.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera.
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Marietta, for the interesting and fruitful talk. Okay, so this time, recognizing the efforts of expertise shared by each speaker in this webinar is important because it is one way of boosting their morale. Okay, so this time, certificate of recognition is awarded to Sir Rickmar C. Call for sharing his expertise as a source person during the conduct of Buhangin District Training on Learning Management System on August 3, 2020 at Buhangin District, Davao City, Philippines. Given this third day, August 2020, signed by our Public School District Supervisor, Dr. Alinor T. Abelardo. And followed by Sir Edgar I. Manriquez. And next, Ma'am Dananais A. Balanza, Ma'am Adelina D. Luzarito, Ma'am Nanette M. Bagolos, and Ma'am Marietta San Pascual. Thank you so much, ma'am and sir.
At this point, let us proceed to the awarding of the top 5 watch advocates today. We have Ma'am Genda Batausa of Pilar Integrated School. They will have 50 pesos load.
Wow, congratulations, Ma'am Glenda Batausa.
Next is Burley Secreta of Lampalapidan Elementary School.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations. Rowena Italiano of Cabantian Elementary School. And April Joy Maglay of Banganga Elementary School. And Miss J.W. Oteda of Buhangin Central Elementary School Pet Center. Congratulations.
Wow, congrats for our viewers. And please be reminded that the remaining 3 winners this morning, please text to Ma'am Juliet Ando with the contact number 0910-181-9958. Okay, here are the following winners this morning. Ma'am Sharon Grace R. Bangias, Ma'am Bella P. Binogsudan, and Kenyal Ma'am Gemma B.
Okay, so we will also acknowledge the Buhangin District donors for our winners of the Watch Advocates. We have Ma'am Marites Suniel, Sir Florencio Gonzalez, Ma'am Julieta El Ando, Maria Marlene Ragot, Ma'am Arnor T. Abelardo, Sir Florendo Jacinto, Sir Raymond Pedrigosa, Ma'am Norisa Bing Dalangin. We have also Ma'am Cherry Kata, Sir Melchor Maglien, May C. Umapoy, and Mr. Marlon Buludo. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you so much. And we would like to acknowledge our food sponsors are the following. For day one, Mango Line. For day two, Indanan Line. Day three, Dumalas Line. Day four, Buhangin Line. And the last day, day five, our district office. And we would like also to acknowledge Sir Edwin Alcoseba for the studio decoration. See? Oh, wow. Wow, amazing. Okay, and thank you so much, sir, for your generosity of your talent, especially for our hair and makeup. Thank you so much, sir. May God bless you. Okay, so
Fellow teachers, please don't forget to answer our evaluation for today. The said link is now available in your screen.
wow, don't forget,
Yes.
teachers, and also for those who did not fill in or answer the evaluation yesterday, you can also answer this time. Okay, so, ma'am, finally, the second day district webinar on learning management system has ended, but we will leave this quote. Education is the passport of the future. From tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. The only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and change. Sulong edukalidad.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera,
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
De Luna,
Present.
Herrera,
Present.
Valera,
Present.
Handa ba tayo sa school year 2020?
Present.
Ngayong taon, ang edukasyon tuloy pa rin. Sa tulong ng DepEd, mga guro at mga magulang, ang handang isip, handa bukas. Tuloy-tuloy ang pag-aaral. May mga lessons para sa iba't ibang antas. Sa government TV, maging sa radyo. Mahalagang ligtas ang ating mga estudyante at guro. Kaya kahit nasa bahay, tuloy ang edukasyon. Kung tulong-tulong, may paraan, may aralan.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Bisitahin ang DepEd Philippines sa Facebook at ang deped.gov.ph.
V. Martinez, the moderator. We are signing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye!
Bye!